Welcome to JD's Prep. All right, so this is an enzyme investigation. We have an enzyme that is isolated from digestive juices taken from the small intestine. An experiment is set up to test the ability of the enzyme to break down protein. So we have two test tubes. They're placed in a hot water bath at 37 degrees Celsius, human body temperature. So test tube A contained only protein, and test tube B contained protein and the enzyme. This is the chart that shows the setup. Okay, so after 2 hours, the contents of both test tubes were analyzed. So I'm going to add this information to kind of our table here. So test tube A showed only the presence of protein. This is after 2 hours. And test tube B showed the presence of end products of protein digestion, So that indicates that the enzyme had successfully broken down the protein. So, first question is asking us to identify the end products of protein digestion that make up the contents of test tube B after the 2 hours. So, protein digestion, so if we're breaking down protein, proteins are made up of amino acids. So that's what would be in there. Okay, so the importance of temperature in the functioning of enzymes. So enzymes are proteins and they function at a certain temperature. If it's not at that temperature, so if the temperature is too high, then proteins can become denatured. Okay, so they would lose their specific shape at certain temperatures, and without that specific shape, enzymes aren't able to do their job. So what would happen if the same enzyme that was added to test tube B was added to a test tube containing starch? The answer to this one is nothing. Okay, this is an enzyme that breaks down protein, not starch. That has been made clear in the intro. And lastly, in the digestive system, many large molecules such as proteins are broken down into much smaller molecules. What happens to these smaller molecules following digestion? So smaller molecules, once they've been broken down into those smaller molecules, they go into the blood, they're taken to the cells in the body, and they are used to build other compounds. All right, thank you for using JD's Prep.